This is Escape Velocity. I'm Crypto Pio. I'm here with my homeboy JCoin. We're doing an NFT freestyle to celebrate Tom Yu's 5th drop. I did an artist profile piece on Tom Yu this morning. We're both Tom Yu collectors, so we're here to watch the drop live. What's going on, JCoin?
What up? So excited for tonight, man. It's been a long time in the making. Tom Yu is like one of the first NFTs I think I ever bought.
Yeah. I feel like I remember it was probably one of the first ones, if not the first one. And this is the first time that collectors have had a chance to buy open editions by Tom Yu. And he priced them at $1,000, and you can't hate on him for that. That's what everybody else is doing. And I think his most expensive thing before this was like $300 or something. So more power to him.
Yeah, and I think a ton of work go into these, man. Like I just see the difference in some of these. I'll tell you, the Super Air Satoshi piece is like a lot different than some of the other sneaker pieces, but that stablecoin piece, man, like having the pigeon moving its head around and all that stuff, like even Dot Pigeon hyped it up. It's just a cool piece, and I bet a ton of work went into these.
100%. I said in the video I made that if this isn't $1 million drop revenue wise, then I don't know what is. Because we've seen several $1 million drops in the past 3 weeks. This has to be $1 million drop. Like the combination of these, and then let me check the numbers on the drawings.
It looks like right now the drawings are expensive, right? So you've got $2,000 drawings.
Yeah.
And you've got entries around 100 or so per. Honestly, I expect that to probably creep up pretty quickly though toward the end of this.
Yeah, so the drawing is you're basically signing up for 300,000 in revenue right there, because there's no way that they're not going to sell out, and it's 148 total, so call it just under 300 grand in revenue. And then yeah, I mean, like, to me, all three of these should mint 100. If they don't all three mint 100, that doesn't make any sense to me. So that should be another 300,000. So then we're almost at 600,000, and I feel like it should be able to squeak out another 400,000. Otherwise, I just feel like collectors kind of took their eye off the ball. There's been so many drops lately. Yep. And I actually really like another drop that's happening today.
It's a nice filled with good stuff, right? Klarens, Malluta. And I got to tell you, man, and this is pretty rare, I have no idea who Gary Cartlidge is, just absolutely no clue. And I couldn't be more excited about the 3 open editions that they're dropping tonight. I think one of them, yeah, let's dive into them. I mean, really, they're just fascinating. You've got Beethoven, Mozart, and the Rembop, as they call it. I mean, these pieces are unbelievable.
Yeah, they're not as much my cup of tea as these ones are by this artist Ferry, Corsten, and this is their first drop on NiftyGateway. But I mean, yeah, these are interesting for sure. I'm not as into the pop art where they take, like, this is like Andy Warhol inspired, where they kind of take the old picture and then kind of mess it up a little bit, but a lot of people are, so it's not like my opinion matters at all on this front.
That's the thing though, right? Is like you see some of this stuff, and this to me is very museum relatable. I think a lot about that. Like when I look at these pieces, I'm like, what would I envision to be in a museum someday? That said, like, I think all the rules are broken around that these days, but these remind me of the modern art museums in New York City, without a doubt, right? Like this is what you see when you go in there, and this is an animated version of that. That's really interesting. There's one actually, I think it's called, the Beethoven piece, the beat hop as it's called. What's really interesting is as the colors change, it actually turns Beethoven into looking like the Joker from Batman. So if you watch this for a second, all of a sudden, bang, the colors start to change, and you start to get like different characters of these pieces. Yeah, there it is. There's the Joker colors, right? So like really kind of crazy use of colors on a simple piece. Even Scooby-Doo's mouth shows up at one point. Like that kind of stuff is pretty cool.
It's incredibly cool. You are becoming a bright yet stagnant icon in time. Don't stall while the illness consumes. Choose who you want to be. So he's definitely hitting us with some deep quotes. He dropped another one here. You're becoming, it's the same quote, but yeah, he wrote a good sentence.
It's good, man. And I'm kind of curious how this stuff plays out. I'm really curious though, and really all I can't wait to see is how many open editions Tom Yu prints. I really can't wait to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Tom Yu prints all the open editions. I'm hesitant to buy any open editions on Nifty Gateway right now, full transparency, because there's so many flippers. There's so many people that are
Yep.
obsessed with buying an open edition and selling it for $200 or $300 more, if that. And I feel like they just have like an Excel spreadsheet that has every single, piece that they've put money into. And as long as they're overall in the green profit wise, they're cool with it,
Yeah, it's true. And it makes it challenging. That's why I get more excited about the drawings and the packs too. By the way, this piece that you're looking at is awesome.
I love this
Awesome.
drop. I love
But
it.
I start to look at some of this stuff. Klarens Malluta has a really interesting one. So there's a pack drop tonight. It's a 4-piece pack by Klarens Malluta. I think the price is $666, but there's only 200 of them. Yeah, it's just there in the center. These are some interesting pieces too, right? I mean, you get really limited counts for a reasonable price. So you're going to have a ton of demand, and it's evenly split amongst them except for Cosmic Horror. So then you get only 10% of the winners are going to end up with Cosmic Horror. I bet that piece in the top left ends up taking off right after the drop.
Oh, geez, I got the sound going. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and this is another one that, again, is not my cup of tea just because of the style, but that does not matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So far, I've gone in on the pack because that's just fascinating to me, and I think there's something there. What's interesting is the time you drops, the actual drawings themselves are actually pretty limited in demand. Like right now, there's 159 entries on one of them, and it looks like around 100 entries on the other for 75 pieces. So right now, if you enter that, you've got a 75% chance of winning that drawing. A little bit less than that.
Wow, that's
high.
I didn't even look at that. That's nuts. And what? There's another 8 minutes on this? Oh no, 22 minutes.
22 on the drawing. So you've got plenty of time on the drawing. So I can see that taking time. That said, I mean,
It's a steep price tag. Yeah, it's a steep price tag. The $2,000 is no joke. And like, for example, I won a drawing a little while ago of the Rick and Morty Justin Roiland drop, not Rick and Morty, but Justin Roiland drop. And it's selling for like $300. I paid over $1,000 for it, and it just sells every day for $300. And I'm like, yep. Yeah, we're figuring out the price discovery in this market.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even I got, this was a month ago, at least at this point, but I won the Chad Knight drawing, the number 1 of 5 Chad Knight drawing, which was a $5,000 piece. And it's been up and down, right? There's been sales at 8,000, at 9,000, at 7,000. I have really little interest in giving it up, but I mean, there's so many pieces that you just start to see, like it's a tricky space. If you're not ready to hold on to some of these, then you really shouldn't be buying them. You shouldn't be entering the drawings either.
Last sale, 76.80, $5,000 original price. So yeah, I mean, I get it. This one was absolutely electric. Oh my God, man. It's nuts. This thing was like $3,000 like a little while ago.
Go up and down really quickly. And I think it's kind of interesting. Like one of the things I always mentally tell myself with this is like not to check. There's just no reason for me to check because I love the art and I have no plans to sell it. The things I would get rid of are those twisted vacancy pieces just because they've been so hated in the industry. But my Bitcoin Angel number 450, if you look at some of the price action recently, someone named Triple X came in and just spent like 15K on 4 3-digit serial number Bitcoin Angels. So, my Bitcoin Angel right now is worth $4,500. I paid $777 for it. Crazy.
That is crazy. One interesting thing that I was poking around Bitcoin Angel wise today is that Bitcoin Angels have been like selling off the shelves for $3,500 every single time. And someone sniffed out that people were buying them for $3,500 on Nifty Gateway. Then they were bringing them here to OpenSea and selling them for $2,800. So they're cutting out the artist royalty.
Interesting.
Cutting out the artist royalty on Nifty Gateway by selling it on OpenSea. And the theory is that they're just, because it sells for $3,500, that's the floor. They're selling it for a good price of $2,800 on OpenSea just to get rid of it. And this is their way of turning credit cards into Ethereum or Bitcoin. and because everyone knows that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to like double or triple or whatever for the rest of the year. So people are just like, I just want as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as possible. I don't care if I take a $500, $600, $700 hit on the conversion of Bitcoin Angel to Ethereum, because it's going to go up.
Yep. It's funny. Like I've always thought about this, like, how can I move these things around? Should I be more liquid, et cetera? And the longer time I've spent in the NFT space, the more I just want to hold on to them. The more I just want to hold on to them and do absolutely nothing with them, because I just love them. And then I start to realize I see stuff like this. And I think all of this is just going to create additional demand for these Bitcoin Angels in the future. I think other pieces will have that too, but like, talk about spreading wings across multiple platforms. Like, the Bitcoin Angel is everywhere, and Trevor Jones isn't going anywhere soon.
And he's like the most passionate guy of all time. He bought like 4 of them last week. He's hilarious.
I know. He loves them. He loves them. That's the thing, man. Like, all these different platforms too. I saw a couple tweets today. Like, when are these platforms going to start offering their own coins? Like, when can you just go in and start transacting in the coins? It's always worth noting that Nifty Gateway is owned by Gemini, right? So it's very easy for Gemini to start porting up the ability for you to be able to utilize these tokens across different platforms. So, you know, we'll see what happens. How many are available on here? It looks like quite a few.
Yeah, like I'm kind of confused here actually. So can I buy, like, could you buy this? Okay, there's an offer of, okay, so an offer that, you know, they're not accepting for 1 ETH. So that makes sense.
Okay, so somebody's in like 2K and they're saying no. But yeah, I mean, the floor on this thing just continues to go up, and people just continue. I mean, almost 2,000 of these have resold.
It's incredible. And I was talking about how these two are not going anywhere for quite some time. I think that these two positions are soft.
Yeah,
compared to this one. This one has like 1,200 mints or something like that. But then again, Genesis has 1,400, so I shouldn't sleep on Genesis.
Yeah. 1,400 mints. Genesis goes up and down a ton in price. I see it some days trading for $1,900. I see some days it trading for $1,200.
Yeah, and I mean, Anime is 1573 minutes, so I kind of stand corrected. So these three are going to jockey. Lavish is going to get bumped. 100% it's going to get bumped. Only 700 minutes, even though that was a lot at that time. Face is always selling. But let's go back to these drops. I love this. Oh my God, this is so sick.
Corsten.
Man.
This piece is wild. And it's so funny too. Like, they're just so clean, and with the subway coming into the background too. Like, that's a wild piece.
I really like it. Is this
and this is a silent auction? You going in for a bid? What if you were to bid right now, what would you throw in that you actually think would be realistic? Like, what do you think this piece goes for?
I don't know, because I'm like, at this point, you know, every piece that I bought because I thought that it was going to either hold its value or gain value. I also like all the stuff that I bought. So it's not just about the art, but I like 70% of the art on this site, or maybe not that high, but I like a lot of it. It's a lot of really good stuff. Like, at first I kind of didn't understand Dot Pigeon 100%. And then I like had this eureka moment, and I was like, oh man, he's like insane. He's like incredibly dope. I can't believe I didn't see it at first.
Interactive.
Yeah, interactive, but like just looking at his different pieces. But anyway, like, I'm basically getting bodied, if you want to look at it from an investment perspective, just getting bodied on everything except Bitcoin Angel, Faces. Although Faces just goes up and down and up and down. Even, you know, CryptoCaster's back to what I paid for it as far as floor goes, but I have so much confidence in Ferocious as an artist. I would never, ever sell this. I haven't sold any NFTs, so in theory, I would never sell any, but I'm doing giveaways to promote this YouTube channel. So I'm going to be giving away probably 2 of these, 1 Twitter giveaway and 1 YouTube giveaway. So I have to kind of figure it out. It ain't going to be Pink Panther. I don't care how bad this thing
craters. No chance. Pink Panther ain't going anywhere. There's some pieces that you just see and you're just like, I gotta have this, right? I have to have this. And I'm really curious. So we got 7 o'clock right now. Let's check out. I think we can probably live watch some of these open editions and see what's going on. Super curious to find out about Tom Yu. And what's interesting too about these open editions is I think tonight is one of the first nights where the numbers are random. So it doesn't matter like which one you buy, right? You're just going to end up getting a certain edition number right after.
That's the best thing they could have done. What the hell? like, what does it matter if someone got to the computer by 7 o'clock or 7:05? If you know that you're going to buy this, you were around between 7 p.m. and 7:05. There's no rewarding someone that was there right at 7. And plus everybody was using bots anyway. So now you actually have a chance to have the number 5 mint or something on Super Air Satoshi.
Right. Right. And it disincentivizes the bot behavior too, right? Like it takes away that element of the bot behavior, which is fantastic because that was what was fueling a ton of this. So I'm curious to see how this one plays out. It looks like, I don't know, I mean, just based on what I've seen in the past, like it might be around 100 per, maybe even a little bit less.
Looks like Tom Yu's selling out the store right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. 2 popular ones here. So this is when you go for this one. This is when you go for the one with the lower mint.
I think so. And that piece is awesome too, the stablecoin. And if you're a New Yorker and you see a piece like that, it just reminds me so much of a New York City rooftop.
For sure. The other thing is like this could rip and this could rip like this. It's like the Kanye egg when the Kanye egg, took off, but then the other 2 pieces like Laffy and Taffy were doing so well in the Balte drop. Like, look at this. We got basically 2-to-1, these 2 versus stablecoin.
Yep. And Dot Pigeon said he's buying a stable coin. So, there's one famous artist out there with a stable coin, right? Like these pieces are fantastic. Let's check on the drawing numbers and see what the drawing numbers are up to. I'm really curious. I might have to buy one of these open editions right now. I might just have to help myself to one.
Do it, man. What do we got here? 181 entries.
Okay.
That's my favorite thing in the whole time you drop. 107 entries. So
that's wild. This piece is wild too.
Yeah. Let's see how these other guys are doing. Let's see how Ferry's doing. 14 and 8. These are going to go nuts. I'm calling it right now. This one's going to go nuts because less than 50 are going to be minted. And then everyone's going to all realize at the same time how sick that piece is. And that one is going to blow up.
Yeah, it is. Let's check out the Gary Cartlidge, the one over to the right. I'm so curious about some of those Cyberpop icons too.
Look at this. Should we just buy this right now? $333, Salvatore.eth, 430 editions minted. Hold on. Let's just see if it hits 500 on the refresh. 450.
Wild. It's wild.
75, 22, 17. This is another one that's prime because everyone's looking at Tom Yu. This is prime.
Wow. 75, 22, 17. Wow. Big numbers.
How we doing, Tom? 65, 61, 28. He's approaching 150.
Wow. It's big numbers, man.
Yeah, that's 150,000 right there. Plus the 300.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I see some of that stuff too. Like, God, NiftyGateway must be printing money.
They had ridiculous sales numbers. I'm telling you, this is the one right here. No one's buying it.
I know.
No one is buying it. There's 14 minutes. There's a minute left. I wish we were live streaming this. If I had Zoom Pro, we'd live stream this. I got to get Zoom Pro.
We got to do that. We got to live stream one. I mean, look at this. 14 editions minted. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. How tempted are you to buy this piece right now?
I'm tempted because it's a good price tag. We're only at 16 editions minted with, 30 seconds left. This thing is going to explode. There's going to be less than 20 of them out there. How we doing here? 80, 74, 34. Tom, you go get it.
Tom, you.
It's not looking like it's going to be $1 million drop, unfortunately.
Still big numbers though, man. Really big numbers. And especially relative to the last drops that Tom Yu did on NiftyGateway prior to all the crazy hype that was going on. Tom Yu's about to come in here and make like $500,000.
He told me that he watched the video I made. So I hope that because I said that it should be $1 million drop more than once in that video. I hope I didn't like plant that seed in his head. And then now he's just like, screw that guy. He told me I was going to make $1 million. I only made 700 grand.
I'm sure he's going to be just fine after tonight and be a very, very happy person. What do we got? So did it end? Yeah. So we're done, right?
Oh, it's a
7-minute. It's a 7-minute open edition for this one. 17. I mean, this kind of seems like one of those opportunities where you need to purchase one.
I know, but I do not have the liquidity to spend another $1,000 right now. I just cannot believe this is going to finish with. So there's a big difference between under 20 minutes and under like 33 minutes. I'll be very curious to see what this finishes at. This is another one. I mean, that's just such a high price tag, you know?
Yeah, it is. It is. And that's the thing, is for somebody new coming in, like, it's really difficult to take that off your hands, right? It's an expensive piece.
Only 18 with a minute left.
Mm.
So are we done with Tom Yu? I'm going to circle right back to that. Collections closed. All right. Great job, Tom Yu. Congratulations. That's awesome. Super.
Oh, Tom.
Go, Tom. I'd clap if I could take my finger off the mouse. 612 at 333. Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow.
Divine Elon.
Great piece. Yeah, they're hysterical. But I mean, the Wheezy piece, the Lil Wayne piece, the Lil Wayne piece that Klarens Malluta had has been around forever, and it's held value for ages on Nifty Gateway. Ages being, weeks. but really, I mean, it really has. So this is about to end. 30 seconds. What do we got? 22.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to watch. I'm going to try to, I'm trying to study the market more. It's a brutally difficult market to study. And you and me have been doing it for like 2 months at this point, and it's just really hard to.
You'll never call them right.
It's so hard, but I feel like this one. All right, we're gonna be at 25 minutes. That's what it's gonna be at.
Not
27.
a lot. Super limited value, and if Ferry Corsten goes on to do something big, all hell breaks loose on these pieces.
What do we got?
Nothing. So this is the random numbers. So the random mint numbers are going. So what did this person get? Just out of curiosity, what mint number is this? Looks like one.
Good job, buddy. Tommy, wow. Killing it.
Wow.
Tommy's got 71 Nifties. He deserved mint number one. He bought both.
Hey. Wow, Tommy came in hot tonight.
He's got
knocked down a couple of them.
Wow, he's got Dot Pigeon. He's got Hush by Beige. Of course, he's got Karma Chameleon.
Tommy's probably got a monthly budget from Nifty Gateway, I hope.
This is gnarly. He's got a Grimes piece. Of course, he's got Slime Swing, which is going to come back. He has Earth. So Tommy's legit a whale.
But Tommy doesn't have a Beeple. And I'm so curious for an early employee of Nifty Gateway to not be holding a Beeple in the portfolio, man. What a miss. What a miss.
You have this.
Yeah. There's some good ones out there.
You and me have this. This is popular. This is popular. Wait, this is Tommy Kimmelman or whatever?
Yeah, this is Nifty Gateway employee Tommy.
Didn't know that. Okay. Let's see who else was fortunate enough to get a low mint.
I'm very jealous.
Number 4 mint by Oscar. His first two.
We'll see if I end up winning the pack.
Oh yeah. So how does that work right now? Is it like a drawing?
It's a drawing for a pack. $666. There's 200 of them, but you can't see how many entries there were. So I have no idea how many entries there were. So I also can't gauge the demand, which is not easy. But I just went in blind. And I figure for $666, the worst thing that can happen is I lose $666. So there's really nothing all that bad that's going to happen.
So which pack is that?
If you scroll, it's actually not on this page. I think you probably have to go to the drop. It's the one right below. Yeah, the Klarens Malluta Digital Renaissance pack.
This guy.
That's good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that looks like the auction. So this is the auction piece.
This guy.
It's the pack. So interesting. Yeah. What up? So we'll see. I have no idea what the demand for this thing is, but it looks like it ends in 5 minutes. So we'll find out. Who knows? Maybe next time I'm going to come back and I'm going to have one of these pieces in hand.
I just realized I have to go. We're at time and I have a hard stop. This was really fun. We lost track of time. Escape Velocity. I'm Crypto PO. That's Jake.